Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Those of you that have been here, please give yourself a round of applause and a hug to know that you are committed to yourself. You are committed to getting to know and love yourself. And also, you are committed to this mindful journal challenge. Those of you that have not been here before, my name is Mel. I created this channel to promote and enhance self-love, self-awareness. We get into some meditation. We're always about positivity and, of course, spirituality. So we are on day 12 of our Mindful Journal Challenge. I created this challenge as I was going through my own inner work and my own self-awareness, self-love journey. And these are my best, my top journal prompts that really help me to cultivate and harness my emotions, to cultivate some more self-love and self-respect, and really just go in deep and understand myself better and to gain a better awareness of where my emotions are coming from. What's actually activating my thoughts? Am I actually present within myself and in my body? Am I able to harness my emotions better to have a better positive reaction? And also to not allow myself to be distracted, to not allow myself or anything external outside of myself to cause me to react in a different way than what I would normally react if I was in my body and in the presence. So these journal prompts, I took out like some of my best and my most used, the ones that help me improve the most on my thoughts and my awareness and my mental ability to be kind to myself and to nurture my thoughts. So everything is compiled and really thought out and especially made for you to access the best parts of yourself and to harness more self-love and more self-control over your emotions. So before we get into the journal prompt, I want to talk a little bit about distractions. We live in a world full of distractions. Everything or everyone is trying to pull you left and right, and just want you to really notice, I just really want you to notice how often you are present but not present. So throughout the day, just try to pick up on little cues and little times in the day where you notice that you're here in your body, but you're not really present anywhere else. I used to always joke around at work because I'm a nurse and, we're often running around and we're doing a lot of different things, multitasking. And I would always joke around and say, yeah, I'm here, like my body's here, my physical being is here, but I'm not really here. And I feel like that happens a lot of times throughout the day for many of us. We're physically here, but we're not mentally here. And that is also what happens with being distracted. Being distracted is not just something on the outside, something external that distracts you, like your kids or something on the TV or, your partner, your spouse. Those are not the only types of distractions we actually have. We have our own internal, our thoughts keep us from being present in the moment. Whatever we're thinking about our day, we're thinking about what we should have said, what we should have done. I'm sure a lot of you, many times, because I've done this, I go to like do something relaxing, right? Like get a massage, excuse me. I go to get a massage and I notice I'm not present. My mind is thinking about everything else. And then before you know it, the massage goes by and I'm like, oh wow, like we're already done. But it was because I'm not present. I am distracted. Notice like when you're in the car and you're going to work and then you're just driving and then all of a sudden you're there. You're just there kind of on automatic. Your mind is distracted. You're thinking about so many other things, but you're on this autopilot mode and you're already arrived at your destination without even being present. So this happens a lot, but here I want to teach you to be present with yourself and the importance of being present, the importance of being aware to yourself and aware of your surroundings and acknowledging your body and your emotions and how you feel in the present moment. That is especially very important because when you're aware of how you feel and how your body is reacting, it teaches you to trust yourself, and it also helps you to be able to harness and listen to your intuition, listen to that inner guidance, that inner tuition, which is very important. God gives us our intuition to help guide us throughout our day, to help keep us safe, to help harness our connection to God, our connection to Source. That is all within ourselves and given to us by our intuition. So if we're allowing every other distraction and everything else around the world to keep us from focusing on ourselves and giving back to ourselves, we're never going to be able to harness that God-given power of intuition. So that is why this journal prompt and this journal series is actually very important, because all I'm doing here is helping you harness a stronger self-love and self-acceptance, and also be able to be aware of your body, your emotions, and your thoughts, and to nourish everything and to nourish those thoughts, nourish yourself with love. Give back to yourself with love. And another thing I want to mention is that yes, we are going to have distractions, and there are going to be moments where we do need to give our attention to something outside of us. And that is completely okay and normal, of course, because we all work, we have lives, we have kids, we have family, we have friends, we have people that need our attention. So with this is also going to help you to be able to react better, to be able to guide your emotions and tell where these emotions are coming from, because we don't want to not give someone our best self. We don't want to just react out of reacting because we're frustrated. We want to be able to come back to ourselves, figure out what's really triggering any of the emotions, whether negative or positive. Come back to that source, come back to that knowing, and then give someone else the best version of ourselves. Present ourselves in a manner that actually is helpful, actually is useful to yourself and the other person. Because when we're listening and when we're allowing our emotions to get the best of us, and we're reacting out of frustration or arrogance or disagreement or anything that's going to create tension, we're not truly giving that person the best of ourselves, and we're not going to in turn get the best from that person either. So it's a beautiful even exchange, and that's what we're trying to work on. We just really want to work on harnessing that self-love and giving yourself the best version that you can possibly obtain in obviously our imperfect world, right? So since we are on day 12, it ties in perfectly with this discussion of distraction. And we have our sound bowl here that I'm going to incorporate today with our journal prompt. So the sound bowl with its tone is going to help improve or induce mental clarity and help you to focus and just give your body, your mind, that mental space to be here in the present moment, okay? So, day 12. Our journal prompt for today is, what happens when I choose presence over distraction? So it ties in beautifully with our distraction topic. And it's not about overthinking or trying to figure and pinpoint exactly where, you're being distracted, but it's more just so about really focusing on being present. Because if we keep trying to pinpoint and figure out where and when and how, that's just going to cause further distraction. So try in this very moment and for maybe the next few days, figure out how to just be more present. And along with the journal prompt, what happens when I choose presence over distraction? And notice how you feel. Notice what your body feels like. So we're going to get into it with our sound and just really think about the question. Think about how your body will feel once you're letting go of any thoughts and letting go of anything that's not serving you here in this present moment. So what I want you to do is just take a deep breath in. Breathe in, and then as you exhale, you're going to let go and release any lingering thoughts, anything that you might feel is, going to keep you distracted from really processing and thinking about today's journal prompt, okay? And then I'm going to induce a little sound, and you're going to just think about that journal prompt as the sound is playing and really feel how your body feels in the present moment. Okay, so gently close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale any lingering thoughts. What happens when I choose presence over distraction? Let go of any lingering thoughts. Allow yourself to be present. Take another deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. Give yourself permission to be here in the present moment. Very good. You should be super proud of you for trying that and being present here in this moment with me. Now, if you need to do it again, and if you would like to harness that mind control, that self-control, you can always pause and go back and rewind that little segment. So, once again, thank you so much for being here, and just remember to be present. Allow your body to be here in this moment. Allow your mind to be here in this moment. I feel especially our minds, because our minds are so easily taken away from ourselves and our bodies just because of this world that we live in. So it's very nice and it's beautiful to know that we are allowed to be here in the present, and we are allowed to be safe within our bodies. So continue to harness that self-control and that self-love, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you again for being here. I'll see you soon.